Hey everyone, I'm out in the field today doing a little dove hunting, and I just wanted to share some information with you about dove hunting. So, first of all, when you're dove hunting, you're going to want to know where the doves are going to be. So, there's three main things that I like to keep in mind when I'm looking for doves. First of all, it's a food source. Secondly, a water source, and then a gravel area where they can pick up grit. So what I like to do is get on either the internet, or I've got an app on my phone. It's got mapping capabilities. It's called Onyx. I really like to use that app. It's super helpful. I can bring it with me in the field. But you can use either good old-fashioned paper maps, you can use Google Maps, or you can use an app of some sort on your phone to kind of look at public areas and find out kind of where possible food sources may be, or water sources. It's harder to find the gravel areas. I generally like to look for like a gravel road or something like that, and just hunt nearby that. So some of the food sources for doves can be corn, sunflowers, wheat, even beans. The best time to hunt those fields is when they've just been cut. So earlier in the season, a cut wheat field is good to look for, and then later on during the season, cut corn is very good as well. Also, sunflower seeds are a great attraction for doves. They love that stuff, especially once the seeds start dropping off the sunflower heads. That can be a very good place to set up. I've also hunted standing corn, and it's not the greatest, but I've gotten doves out of that as well. What I like to do is walk around the perimeter and then see if there's a corner, maybe with a dead tree nearby, or right on that corner, and that can be a really good opportunity as well. Another thing you're going to want to consider is what firearm you're going to use. I usually like to use a double barrel 12 gauge, but unfortunately mine's got a break. It's got a broken stock right now, so I've got to get that fixed. So today I'm using my just a 12 gauge pump, or it's a 20 gauge, sorry, 20 gauge pump action, and I'm using just 2 3/4 shells with size 6 shot. I prefer using size 7 or something smaller than that, but size 6 works just fine. And a lot of people have different opinions on what kind of guns you should use, whether it's semi-auto or pump or side-by-side or over-under. A lot of people use different things, and a lot of people use different shot sizes as well. But I usually just buy the cheap Walmart stuff, and usually in size 7, and that works just fine for me. So one thing you really want to consider when choosing your firearm is getting some practice in. So make sure you're using the same loads that you're going to use when you're going hunting, and go out to a range and shoot some clay pigeons. Doves are very fast, and they can be hard to hit, so bring a lot of ammunition with you, because you're probably going to miss a couple times. I know I have. I think on average it's about 2 shells per bird, so that's the way it is. They're tough birds to hit, which makes it really challenging. It's a lot of fun. Another thing you're going to want to consider is camouflage. You don't have to wear anything fancy. As long as you're blending into your environment, you're good. But I usually wear like one of those old like Sears and Roebuck style hunting jackets from the 50s. Used to belong to my grandpa. I like to wear that. It's just like a tan canvas, and that blends in just fine with the grass and various crops. I also like to wear a wide brim hat. It kind of casts a shadow on your face a little better. Makes it a little harder for the doves to see you. Sorry, the mosquitoes are pretty bad out here right now. It's September, so they haven't died off yet, unfortunately. Which brings me to another point. Bring mosquito spray. You're going to want it, especially early in the season in September, because mosquitoes are horrible. So another thing you can use, it's not necessary. You don't have to use it. You can use decoys. I just started using them this year. I haven't really had much of a chance to get a whole lot of experience with them, but they work really good for other people. So I would recommend using it if you have the funding. Some of those movement or motion decoys are really good with the spinning wings. I've got a couple of those, and I've also got some stationary ones that are really good if you put them up in a dead tree. And if you do put them up in the tree, the higher you can get the decoys, the better. So when the doves see the decoys in the tree, that kind of gives them warm and fuzzy that it's a safer area since there's already doves in the area. And those motion decoys are really good because it draws the dove's attention. It's also good to consider what time of day to hunt doves. Generally speaking, it's best to hunt in the mornings and in the evenings. So I usually like to get out before sunrise and set up. That's just me. You don't have to do that, but I like to get in there before any of the doves even think about flying in. But generally in the mornings, you want to hunt between about, I'd say 7:30 and 9:30. That's about when I see the most doves. Probably most actions around 8 o'clock or 8:30. But in the evenings, I haven't hunted much in the evenings, but from what I've read and what other people have told me, the best times is about 5:30 to 7:30. So when you go dove hunting, you're first of all going to need a license. If you're hunting in Wisconsin, you can go ahead and head over to gowild.com, make an account over there if you don't already have one, and go ahead and purchase a small game license. If you've already purchased a small game license in the past, it's $20 if I remember correctly, or in that vicinity. If it's your first time buying a small game license, it should only be about $5, and that's one of Wisconsin's promotions to help people get more interested in the hunting. Because most of the time when you buy a new license, it's going to be $5 if it's your first time buying that license, which is pretty cool. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. If you liked it, go ahead and please give us a like. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. We'll be putting out more hunting videos, fishing videos, and camping videos, and just some tips and information to help you guys out with your own outdoor experiences. Well, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.